Hey y'all, welcome back to my garden. Welcome to my channel. Hope that you guys are doing good. Y'all got on this big wide brim sun hat, so you know it's serious today. It is serious. The sun is sunning. It is out, and I'm trying to protect as much as I can. I was sitting here opening the box before we got started. I'm gonna show you what I got. I got some Happy Meal, and then we're gonna talk about today. Can you still plant and have a garden in July? Spoiler alert, yes you can. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you can do in the month of July, how I am confident that you can do it. And then I'm also going to give you some more tips and ideas about how to have a garden if you even haven't even started yet. I'm going to give you some tips on how to have a garden in the month of July. So if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Barbara. I live in Tennessee in Zone 7B. If you don't even know what zone means, you don't even have to. On this video, I'm going to tell you the 2 things you need to know in order to plant in July. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what you need to do. And you're going to feel good that, okay, maybe I had a late start. Maybe my garden didn't go so well, but I can still grow me some food in the month of July. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to do that. And if you've been here before, you know I'm all about teaching you and inspiring you on how to grow food. So let's look at my little Happy Meal, y'all. This is from rev.com. This is one of the products that I use when it comes to fertilization. They sent me some products. So this is the 32-ounce bottle. I think they sent me 2 of these, I think. Yep, they did. So they sent me 2 of these because I let them know that I was about out. So this right here is what I use to fertilize my plants just about every week or every other week. There is a discount code in my description box below. The website is organicrev.com. So if you want to know how to have beautiful flowers in an organic way, this right here is an excellent product. This is my 2nd year using it. I used it all last summer, all last fall. It does excellent. I cannot brag about it enough. Organicrev.com. So they sent me some Happy Meal. So this is what I use every week. Like I said, it's organic growth stimulant. And so all you do is just take this and add water. So 1 ounce to 1 gallon of water. And like I said, there's a discount code in the description box. Also, they will let you try a free, I think it's a 4-ounce bottle. So you can at least get you 4 gallons worth if you just want to try it. All you have to do is pay for shipping and they'll give you a bottle for free. Also, they sent me this, which is some plant and soil supplement liquid concentrate. You just add water to this. I used this a lot when I was starting my seedlings for the spring and summer, and it did excellent. So love rev.com and anything organic. So I will just open it up. So I will take 1 of these to the back of my house for my garden stuff back there. Then I keep 1 up here for both spaces up here. So let's get into today's video. Can you still plant in July? So I did a video in the month of June talking about what you can still plant in June. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Let me just hold on a minute. Do y'all see this corn behind me? I mean, do you see it like waving in the wind? OMG. Let's take a commercial break and talk about how good my corn looks. Look at that. Do y'all see that? Is she not beautiful? She is beautiful. Okay. So in the month of June, I did a video talking about what can you still plant in the month of June. I also did a video talking about succession planting. And basically succession planting is when you think about the word succeed, that comes after. So you've planted something once and now you want to plant it again. And so you want to do that throughout your harvest. So if you didn't see that video, I'll pop it up here so you can go take a look at it. But in the June video, you and I, succeeded or did another succession sowing of corn. So this is about probably 3 weeks old by now. So you can see we started together. You can go back and watch the video. And this is the tray right here. It looks so good. So we got to get that planted. So if you watch June's video and let's say you didn't do anything, you know, life happened, whatever, and you didn't plant anything, you didn't put anything in the ground, you didn't start any seeds, there is still hope for you in the month of July. So don't worry about the list that I gave you in June. Now, some of the stuff is still the same, but like your corn, you're going to be hard pressed to get corn now, especially if you are in my zone, which is zone 7B. So let's talk about the 2 things that you need to know in order to plant in July. Number 1, you need to know your estimated first frost date. Number 2, you need to know how long, whatever thing you want to grow, what is the maturity? Like, how long does it take from the time you put it in the ground until the time that you can harvest it? We call that harvest to maturity or maturity to harvest date, MTH. Okay? So number 1, what is your estimated first frost date? If you don't know that, no problem. All you got to do is Google it. And Google will tell you. You can go to the Farmer's Almanac. You can ask Siri. You can ask Cortana. You can ask Bixby. You can ask whoever you want on the internet, and they're going to tell you what is your estimated. That's the water coming on. I was like, what's that noise? That's my drip coming on. They're going to tell you, right? When is your estimated first frost date? All that is saying is that based on your geography, based in your area, over an average of several years, this is when frost usually happens in your area. It is an estimate. It doesn't mean you're going to have frost on that day, but you very well could likely have frost on that day, before it or after it, right? So for me in zone 7, my estimated first frost date is October the 15th, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. So know that. If you don't know that, pause right now, go get your estimated first frost date. The second thing that you need to know is, what is the time, the maturity? How long is it going to take the crop to grow? And as long as number 2 is less than however many days you have until your first frost, then you are good to plant it. So for example, for me, I am right at the time of this video about 100 days away from my first frost date. So as long as I'm growing something that takes less than 100 days, then I am going to be good to plant it, okay? Now, also the other thing to keep in mind, now for me, I'm going to look for varieties around 80 days or less, even though I have 100. Why? And I'm sorry, the sun is really, really bright. So I hope you guys can see me. I apologize if it's like really, really bright. Okay, let's try to go right here. Maybe it's a little bit better. Okay, so for me, I'm going to look for things that are 80 days or less maturity time to harvest, right? Even though I have 100 days. Why? Because as the season goes on and it progresses, meaning the summer season, the days are going to be shorter and the sun is not going to be out as long. So even though in the month of September, it still may be before my first frost date, the intensity of the sun, it may not be 90 degrees for 8 hours a day. It may be 85 degrees for 6 hours of the day, right? And so you have to account for that, because when they give you the time to harvest, that maturity date, they are assuming, whoever are assuming that it is full sunlight and in the heat of the summer, okay? So for me, I'm gonna look for anything 80 days or less. Now, you can live on the wild side. You can pick something that's 100 days, right? And I've done that before too. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to talk about varieties, again, especially if you're in my zone, 80 days or less that you can have a harvest. And then at the end, I'm going to go through some things and give you some specific things that you can plant. But then also near the end of the video, I'm going to tell you a cheat code that you can still plant some stuff that may be over that time period. Does that make sense? Okay, let's get into it. So let's talk about the crops that you can plant right now in the month of July. Okay, and let me say this, even if you're not in my zone, in zone 7, use the formula that I just gave you. Number 1, what's your estimated first frost date and how many days from the day that you're watching this video until then, right? So it's just a simple calculation. You don't even have to get out your calculator. Just ask Google. Google, how many days until October the 15th? And it's going to tell you what, you need to plug in whatever date you have, right? And so get that, whatever that number is, and then think about what you want to plant. And as long as you have less days than the days to your estimated first frost, you can still plant. So whether you're in my zone or not, the formula still applies. It doesn't matter what zone you're in and all that. Here are the 2 things you need to know: your estimated first frost date and how long until the crop is ready to harvest, okay? So let's jump into it. One of the things that you can plant right now are cucumbers, okay? Cucumbers have like a 50 to 60 day from the time you put in the ground until harvest. So again, if you're anywhere that it is more than 60 days until your estimated first frost, you can do cucumbers now. You can put them in the ground, the seeds right in the ground today. In 50 to 60 days, more like 50, you're going to probably have cucumbers that you can harvest, okay? Most kinds of cucumbers, if you do the pickling cucumber, those are even smaller. Or you can do a straight 8. You can do market more. There's so many different varieties, but on average, all cucumbers are around 50 to 60 days. So cucumbers is one that you can do in the month of July. Now, if you've already done cucumbers in, let's say, May and June, and you put them in the ground in May, I guarantee you your cucumbers are probably looking like trash right about now. And you're thinking it's you. It's not you. It's the lifespan of the cucumber. So even if, like for me, I've already done one round of cucumbers and then I just sowed another round of cucumbers. Now, we started those cucumber plants together, you and I, in the June video. And so for me, I was able to transplant mine. But if I did not have transplants, I could go put the cucumber seed in the ground right today. And in 50 days, I'm going to have a cucumber. The second thing that you can do is squash and zucchini. So that's 2 and 3, squash and zucchini. Again, the time to harvest is around 50 days on average. So as long as you have time, then you can put squash and zucchini in the ground from a seed, and you will have squash in the next 50 days. It's just that simple. So cucumbers, squash, zucchini. Another one is basil. That's number 4. Basil is a great herb. It's a great herb for beginners. If you've never gardened before, if this is your first garden and you just turn onto this video and to this channel, you can get you some basil seeds and put you some basil in the ground. Basil loves heat, right? It germinates fast and it grows fast. So even before it gets big and bushy, you will have basil that you can snip. And the more you snip, the more it's going to bush out. The more you snip, the more it's going to come back. So basil is a great herb. And so just think about it. You can grow you a couple of basil plants and you can dry that basil, either freeze dry or dehydrate. And you can have that for your soups and pasta and Italian dishes all throughout the winter. It's just that easy. That's just one thing that you don't have to buy from the store. You can have your own dried basil. You can eat it fresh, and then you can save it for throughout the winter. So basil is a 4th thing that you can do right now in the month of July. So cucumber, squash, zucchini, basil. Okay, number 5. If you like flowers like me, and also you need some flowers in your garden to help with pollination, you can do sunflowers. Sunflowers, again, very easy to germinate, very quick to germinate, and they grow fast. About 50 days, you're going to have sunflowers, right? Also, number 6 is zinnias. That is a quick flower. So for me, I just ripped, I don't know if you saw my video before, but I just ripped out most of my sunflowers, right? Because they were looking like trash, the ones that were in my outside garden. In my greenhouse, they're fine, but in my outside garden, because we've had so much rain, they were looking bad. So we've ripped out most of those, and we're going to start the sunflower seeds again. So I have some sunflower seeds right here that I'm going to do. Let's see. And because this is my second time around this season, I'm doing a couple of different new varieties. I'm doing this one that's called chocolate cherry. Isn't that pretty? I've never seen that one before in action, so I'm going to try that one. And then I'm going to do the infrared mix, which I have that right now. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to do the Pro Cut White Night, which I've done that one before. It's been a few years since I've done that one. So I just went in my stash to see what I had, and I just picked them because that's what I was feeling. And so I'm going to do those. And again, it'll tell you around the seed pack. It says 50 to 60 days for sunflowers. So you can still have beauty in your garden come August because you do your sunflowers today. So I can't remember what number we're on. We're like on, I think, 5 or 6. So cucumber, squash, zucchini, basil, zinnias, sunflowers. That's 6 things already right there, y'all. I done gave you a herb, I gave you some flowers, and I done gave you some vegetables. Like, I have just given you ways to have pickles, pickle relish, cucumber salad, squash. You can do squash chips. Like, there's so many things that you can do with just the 6 things that I gave you where you can still be eating fresh for the rest of the summer. Okay, but I'm not done. I am not done. What else can we do? Let's see. Oh, I got me some zinnia seeds too. I'm going to do me some more zinnias. Now, my zinnias, for the most part, look okay, but I have some that's been really eaten up by the Japanese beetle, which that usually doesn't happen, but it happened this year. And I'm just going to plant me some more zinnias because, again, for me, I have a long growing season. So I want the zinnias to last until, you know, all the way until the frost comes. So I'm going to do me some more zinnias. And let me show you. Let's see. Okay. So I have this one called Golden State. It's new. I just picked that up from My Gardener. When I say picked up, like they had a sale and I bought some. Lilac Emperor. I'm going to do that one. And the Queenie Formula, which is one of my favorites. I'm going to do that one again. And then I'm going to do, this is Key Lime Pie. I did this for the first part of the summer, but it didn't germinate as well. So I'm going to try it again because I need some like light colored flowers to go in my arrangements. If you've been here, you know your girl loves flowers. And I try to have a weekly bouquet in my house all throughout the summer, if I can. So those are the zinnias that I'm trying. Let's see what else, because I made some notes. So we talked about, let's see, cucumbers, squash, zucchini, basil, sunflower, zinnia. So that's 6. Another thing that you can do are some determinate tomatoes. Now this is real tricky, right? Because tomatoes take a long time. But if you have time, depending on how long your frost date is, then you can do a determinate variety. That is, I would say, again, if you're in my zone, I would do something like 80 days or less. And I'm going off memory. I think the Galahad is one that's 80 days or less. The Roma might be 80 days or less, but you have to look that up because I don't know those in my head. But a determinate tomato, a determinate versus an indeterminate tomato means a determinate tomato is going to grow to a determined height and put on a determined amount of fruit. It's going to put on all of its fruit at one time. And it's usually a bush, and it's going to grow to like maybe 4 feet tall. And indeterminate is what you see way back there behind me in the shot. Those are indeterminate tomatoes. They grow to an indeterminate height and they put on fruit all season long. Those are going to take, 90 to 100 days to bear fruit. So I would not, in my zone, do an indeterminate tomato right now. But if I didn't have any tomatoes, I could do a determinate variety. Okay. So that's one that you can do. So that's, I think 7. Number 8 is green beans. Green beans you can do, and again, a bush variety green bean that you can do is Jade, Blue Lake, Provider. Most green beans are about 50 days. So they're going to germinate and they're going to grow fast. You'll be picking green beans in like 50 days. So y'all, do you see that if you have had the summer of all summers and you've been beaching, vacationing, and you ain't did nothing but you want to have some fresh food, you can still have fresh food in the month of July. So green beans is one that you can do. I'm doing several successions of green beans. Okay. So that's one that you can do. And so number 9, I would say, is you can do, this is a bean that I just did, and this is my first time doing it, but it's only a 50-day variety, and it's called the rattlesnake pole bean. And so when it's green, you can eat it like a green bean, or you can let it dry, and on the inside it's like a pinto bean. So that's why I have it in a separate category, because if I wanted some dried beans like pinto beans, here's a variety that only takes 50 days, the rattlesnake pole bean. So it needs to be on a trellis, but again, that's something, if you have 80 days or more, you can grow you some green beans. Okay, so that's number 9. And let's see if I have a number 10. I'm looking on my list to see if I have okay, so here's a number 10. You can do small melons. So I'm not doing small melons. I'm doing cantaloupe and watermelon that I started, back in April. And so they're already halfway through their growing season. So for me, I don't have enough time to put a watermelon seed in the ground right now and get it to grow before my estimated first frost date. Now, if you live in a place like California, Florida, where you guys don't get frost, then absolutely you could. But for most of us, or a lot of us, I should say, you don't have time to do those bigger melons. But a small melon, like a Kajari, I think it's Kajari melon, those have like a 50 or 60 day, if I'm not mistaken. I've never done those before, but they are, if you like those melons, you can do small melons. Okay. Here's another one that I picked up that I've never done before, but I'm going to try it. And it takes 45 to 70 days to maturity. And this is one that actually grows in the heat. And this is a red Malabar spinach. I picked this up, and I'm actually going to do this and try it. It's tolerable in the heat. If for most spinaches, you grow spinach in the cool weather, right? This right here is actually a heat variety. It is actually sensitive to frost versus traditional spinach loves the frost. So I'm going to try it. If you've tried it before, let me know down below. But it's only 45 to 70 days. That means I have time to do it. And I'm just experimenting to see if I can do it. So y'all, that's 10, 11 things right there. Right there. There are 10 things. I think I gave you 11 that you can do in the month of July. Just like that. So again, go back, find your estimated frost date, and then also find what is your, the days to maturity. Now, I promised I was going to give you a cheat code. Let me give you a cheat code. Hold on one second. Let me go get it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so everything that I talked about are things that you can start seeds and or direct seed, like put a seed in the ground today. But here's the cheat code. You can also go buy you some plant starts or transplants. Look at these. This is a bell pepper called King of the North, right? You can see it already has a pepper on it. Let me show you. It's tall too. You see that? So even though I can't start peppers from seed right now in my zone because they take too long, I can go and buy me a transplant and still have some peppers, right? This right here is rosemary. Again, now for me, rosemary is a perennial. Like I can keep rosemary in my greenhouse all winter long and it's going to be just fine, right? Rosemary likes the cold and it can survive in the heat and it's very drought tolerant. And so most people can do, zone 7 and 8, you can probably do rosemary and be just fine. But for like peppers, right, I can't put that in the ground and start it and all that good stuff. So the cheat code is you can go buy you some transplants. Now, depending on where you live, y'all, I picked this up in my area. They have like these plant stands on the side of the road, right? And they sell fireworks at the end of the summer, and in the beginning of the summer they sell plants. Well, they have all their stuff on clearance right now. So I think for this I pay like $2, right? It's probably root bound if I had to guess. A little bit. That's okay. I'm just gonna massage the roots, put it in some good dirt, water it. It's gonna grow just fine, right? But also, I went to my local co-op and all of their bunny plants are buy one, get one free. What am I saying? Go to your Home Depots, your Tractor Supplies, your co-ops, the plant signs on the side of the road. In the month of July, they're trying to get rid of these plants. And so you can still have a garden, even if you don't have the seeds, you can go and get you some plants that you can put in the ground. Because like for this bell pepper plant, if I had to guess, it's already probably a good 6 to 8 weeks ahead. This is probably a 6 to 8 week old plant, which means in days, it's already, if I do 6 weeks, that's what, 42 days. If I do 8 weeks, that is like 56 days. So it's somewhere between 45 to 55 days old before I put it in the ground. So if peppers take about 90 days, I'm already cut out half the time. That means in 45 more days, I will have more peppers. Does that make sense? So that's the cheat code. What I gave you at first is the things that you can actually start. If you have seeds, you can start and put in the ground today and still have food come August and September. Or you can go buy you some transplants, put them in the ground, and still have you some food in your garden. Now, with all of that, you are without excuse. Okay? If you were wondering, oh man, I'm just going to wait till next summer. No. If you thought it was over for the summer and you're going to wait till next summer because you missed your window opportunity, for most of you, the answer is no, you have not. You are without excuse. You can still grow food. I just gave you 11 things that you can grow or start right now. And then I also just gave you a cheat code and told you where to go get them, right? Without excuse. So I hope that this was helpful for you to know that you can still grow food in the month of July. You have not missed your window. You can still put some food in the ground and be able to provide some fresh food for you and your family, whether it's vegetables, herbs, or just flowers for your beauty and for your enjoyment. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, what you waiting on? I done gave you all this good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Be a part of this community. If you have questions, please drop your questions below. I'm here to answer. I want everybody to grow food. That is my goal. I want to teach you and inspire you on how to grow food. If you have a question, leave it down below. But I can't wait to see you in the next video. Remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together. Now I'm about to go plant my corn.